Alright, guys, I need you back in here. I need to go sit down for a minute. I'm not going to blast in front of this lady's house. She can hear me from down there, but out of respect for her, I will not do this in front of her house. I will do this down where the windows are, because that's where the school board people are. The administrative building, that's where all the offices are, which is why I'm on this side of the building instead of the front of the building. So just give me a minute to get everybody back in here. I'm going to go ahead and sit for a minute. I can't do that. All right, I'm putting my bullhorn down because I have got to sit. I'm about to fall. It's all right, Brian. But I'm getting extremely shaky, and my back is excruciating, and I need a break. Hey. Yeah, exactly, Eric. Yeah, I'm okay. Yesterday, if you watched my live feed yesterday, you saw an officer basically tell me to go F off, and that they were going to no, for school board. No, Darlene, I'm District 5. They said, well, we'll run your VIN number and find out who you are. And I said, you have no reasonable articulable suspicion to run me. So no, I do not give you permission to run me and seize my personal information. You don't need that. This is not a stop and ID state. So I had someone sitting in front of my license plate yesterday. So they couldn't get the tag number. So today when I got here, I put this on here. And I taped it. And if they touch my vehicle, they're going to be in trouble. I have learned that a lot of Americans do not support our constitutional rights. They do not care about our rights. They want more government. Okay, Mousy, you're gone. No, because our country is based on that. Our country is based on that. And it's bull when they try to stop it. But I needed to take a break just for a second because I am hurting pretty badly right now. Yes, it is. So, yeah, I'm in District 5 for the school board, and I'm in D4 for the sheriff's department. But I don't know what district we're in here. Oops. All right, I just got a text message about my daughter, so give me a second, guys. Nope. That's cool. I like the YJs. They're really nice. They are really nice. My brother has one. And that's how I got hooked on I have JKs. My personal. My personal phone is available for text messages and calls. Sorry if I missed one. Hold on, guys. I gotta mute you. All right, I talked to her. Yeah, Brian, I know. I know. I think at this point I may I got a cough drop on my. We were on Article 20, Amendment 20. Let's go to Section 5. Amendment 20, Section 5. Sections 1 and 2 shall take effect on the 15th day of October following the ratification of this article. Section 6. This article shall be inoperative unless it shall be ratified as an amendment to the Constitution by the legislature of 3/4 of the several states within 7 years from the date of its submission. Amendment 21. The 18th article of amendment to the Constitution of the United States is hereby repealed. Section 2. The transportation or importation into any state, territory, or possession of the United States for delivery or use therein of intoxicating liquors in violation of the law thereof is hereby prohibited. Yeah, I will, Darlene. Just give me a minute because I want to finish this up and I only have a few more to go. Section 3. This article shall be inoperative unless it shall be ratified as an amendment to the Constitution by conventions in the several states as provided in the Constitution within 7 years from the date of its submission hereof to the states by the Congress. Amendment 22, Section 1. No person shall be elected to the office of the President more than twice, and no person who has held the office of President or acted as President for more than 2 years of a term to which some other persons was elected President shall be elected to the office of the President more than once. But this article shall not apply to any person holding the office of President when this article was proposed by the Congress, and shall not prevent any person who may be holding the office of President or acting as President during the term within which this article becomes operative from holding the office of President or acting as President during the remainder of such term. Section number 2. This article shall be inoperative unless it shall have been ratified as an amendment to the Constitution by the legislators of 3/4 of the several states within 7 years from the date of its submission to the states by Congress. Amendment number 23. I hope you guys are taking notes up there. This is very important information that should be taught to our students, but you've chosen to remove it. Amendment number 23, Section 1, the district constituting the seat of government of the United States shall appoint in such a manner as the Congress may direct a number of electors of president and vice president equal to the whole number of senators and representatives in Congress to which the district would be entitled if it were a state, but in no event more than the least populous state. They shall be in addition to those appointed by the states, but they shall be considered for the purpose of the election of president and vice president to be electors appointed by a state, and they shall meet the district and perform such duties as provided by the 12th article of this amendment. Section 2. The Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Amendment 24, Section 1. The right of citizens of the United States to vote in any primary or other election for president or vice president, for electors for the president or vice president, or the senator or representatives in Congress shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or any state by reason of failure to pay any poll tax or other tax. Section 2. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. Amendment 25, Section 1. In case of the removal of the President from office or of his death or resignation, the Vice President shall become President. Section 2. Wherever there is a vacancy in the office of Vice President, the President shall nominate a Vice President who shall take office upon confirmation by a majority vote of both houses of Congress. If you think you can do a better job, troll, come on down. I encourage any of you who think you can do it better to come on down and do it. Article 25, Amendment 25, Section 3. Whenever the President transmits to the President pro tempore of the Senate and of the Speaker of the House of Representatives his written declaration that he is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office, and until he transmits to them a handwritten declaration to the contrary, such powers and duties shall be discharged by the Vice President as acting President. I know a couple people here at the Volusia County Public Schools who needs to write up a written declaration that you are unable to properly perform your job duties. Section 4. Whenever the Vice President and a majority of either the principal officers or executive departments or of such other body as Congress may by law provide, transmit to the President pro tempore, the Senate, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives the written declaration that the President is unable to discharge the power and duties of his office, the Vice President shall immediately assume the powers and duties of the office as acting President. Everybody in this building who knows that what our administration is doing is wrong needs to learn from this section of our Bill of Rights. And you need to get together and you need to document the inadequate work of our superintendent, our area superintendents, and our administrative principals and vice principals on school campuses. I'm going to go ahead and skip over this part because this is all about the president here. Hold on. All right, I'm going to skip over that part and I'm going to look up the Declaration of Independence. And I'm going to read that next. And then I actually have somewhere that I have to go today. I can't bend over, so I'm going to walk back to the Jeep just for a minute. You have a 5-minute recess from this educational session. Please use your time wisely. Perhaps use the bathroom, wash your hands, try to get all the crap that you have on them off. Especially to our administrative people like Patricia Core and James Russell. All right, so I am really going to sit down for a minute, and I'm going to, I'm really going to sit down for a minute. Oh my God. Dragonfly is bringing me coffee at some point. I'm not leaving. I'm just getting in my vehicle for a minute because I do need to sit down. And I might actually move my vehicle up a little further. Sorry guys. Like I said, I'm extremely tired. Yesterday wore me out. Liberty cause my GoPro just died on me again. So I do not have a backup cam, guys. At this point, I do not have a backup cam. My GoPro just died on me. I need to make sure that there's no officers watching me because I'm going to move my Jeep a little bit closer to where I am. Unfortunately, we have a lot of people on our team. But we also have people that are interested in doing this, but they are terrified to do this. Because they don't want to go to jail. They don't want with and just for a minute because I almost fell, and I know you guys don't see that when it happens, um but my leg did give out on me. I almost fell over there, so um yes, I know, Liberty Cause, I know. Oh, there goes a cop. Let me see if I can hear anything. I was actually gonna have this on my earpiece, but I ended up forgetting it in the Jeep. So let me hook this up now, and I'm going to have to switch my other phone around. Yep, today is mine and Mr. Pajama Audit's anniversary. Been together 9 years. Today. I'm hoping that they do lose their fear, because we need them out here. We need people out and start a whole new live feed. And I'm going to put a call to action out. As many activists, not even just auditors, okay? Because I'm really not an auditor. The only reason that says pajama audits is because it kind of went together. I'm an activist. I'm not an auditor. I am not going to go in and push my weight around and shove a camera in people's faces and say, see, what are you going to do about it? I'm not going to do that. But I will voice my opinion, and I will come out here, and I will protest, and I will speak up against the tyranny in this county. I will call Sheriff Michael J. Shitwood exactly what he is. Shitwood. But I'm not. Don't call me an auditor. I'm not an auditor. I'm an activist. I am a passionate-ist. There, I made up a new word. I am a passionist. I am out here because I am passionate about our schools. I am passionate about our children. I am passionate about exposing the corrupt and dirty, nasty, awful elected officials that we have sitting on the dais in Deltona. The special magistrate who can't even give an oath of office. There's no protection. Maybe it is. I am in DeLand, Florida. I am an hour and a half away from Winter Haven, the Gessler Clinic. Or Gessler, I don't know how they... the Gessler Clinic, there in Winter Haven is about an hour and a half from where I'm at. So I guess these people are going to be calling the police on me every day that I'm out here. That's fine with me. I'll just keep dismissing them like I did today and yesterday. So, oh, by the way, I was in the emergency room the other day, guys. See what they did to me? Look at that. See what they did to me? Holy crap. Yes, Wayne, I am in DeLand, Florida at the moment. I live in West Volusia County. I am not done. I'm just taking a short break. Um, just taking a very short break to look up some information. Alright, I just pulled that up, so I really am not alone. I am not alone, but I do know that it's going to take more than my voice, I believe. Um, as I said before, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I got a call. I had a call from my kid's school. Defane, I really hope that that's right. Um, our local government is corrupt as hell, and they just don't want to stop. They like this control that they have or think they have. When a code enforcement officer, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this. When a code enforcement officer who has absolutely no power as a constitutional officer of the law, no, they have zero authority except to stick a paper on your door. When they start misrepresenting themselves as law enforcement officers and demand ID and threaten people with arrests, we have a problem in our city. Unfortunately, you are correct. And that's really the sad part. Because people come here to the US and they want all those rights. They want all the happiness, the freedom, the joy that comes with being a US citizen, resident, whatever the hell you want to call us. And yet I don't know. Guys, I really kind of feel a little discouraged. Because I don't think that people will ever stop to think that what they're doing, their actions, they're calling the police to handle a protest, a legal protest, a protest that is protected under the Constitution. Every time they do that, I'm hugging my tripod. Guys, hold on. I'm trying to get my battery pack attached because my phones are at 30%. And I want to be able to read through the Declaration of Independence today before I head over. The school does get out an hour early today. So if I'm going to be at parent pickup today, I will need to leave here a little bit earlier. And again, I'm just trying to hook up my battery pack, guys. I got and I don't have a phone for it to, a phone connection for it to sit on. And I'm not sure why it's not letting me get it on today. Here, let me just take this whole piece off. I think I need to order more of these C-clamps that I got for this thing. So that I can do what I gotta do here. I'll put you guys up here so you don't look at my lap the whole time. Right, I got it. Jerry. Hey, Jerry, you did awesome yesterday, by the way. I appreciate your assistance, sir. Yeah, I'm having a rough moment at the moment, guys. I cannot, for the life of me, get this thing back on. So the one lady who was like, oh yeah, go ahead and protest all you want. Go ahead and protest in front of my house. She hasn't come out today. She knows I'm out here, obviously, because she can hear me because I'm like right in front of her house. The other lady yelled at me for being out here and basically said that I can't protest in front of her house on public property. Well, if you didn't want protests happening outside your home, you shouldn't have bought a house right next to the school board. Just saying. Okay. All right. I believe that I'm all hooked up now. Yep. All right. I'm gonna let these cars pass, and then I'm gonna move my vehicle up there so that I don't have to walk as far. Yes, Darlene, I know. And I will do that. I'm not leaving. I'm just moving my vehicle. So that I don't have as far to walk when I need rest. As to prevent a fall. All right. I have to be careful because I can't be within, is it 100 feet of this fire hydrant? Yeah, I think so. Okay. I got this big old tree right here. I'm just going to park right here. I am not obscuring the road. I am not blocking the fire hydrant. I am good to go. I will, however, need to shut my vehicle off. Since they already know who I am. They do know who I am. So we're just gonna stand out here. And I think I'm gonna put the I'm gonna hook up my other phone just real quick. And then I will proceed to do what I gotta do. Oh, I'm sure the cops are watching the internet. I am sure of it. But the police have already been here. We've already had contact. I have told them that I'm out here protesting my government, which I have a right to do. Oh. Oh, that's not good, Liberty Cause. Oh, that's no good. No good at all. To the person who just sent me a message, thank you. And that is freaking unbelievable. Are you kidding me? Ha! Unbelievable. These people are unbelievable. Eric, can you pass that information on to the Liberty Cause, please? United States Civics Lesson Part 3. The Declaration of Independence. In Congress, July 4th, 1776. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America, when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume the powers of the earth, the separate and the equal stations to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We, you guys are making fools of yourselves. I hope you realize that. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men were created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. You do not have the consent of your governed. Sorry guys, I lost my place. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and their happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that government long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the form to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reproduce them under absolute despotism, It is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity with constraints them to alter their former system of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. Let facts be submitted to a candid world. Fact: Volusia County Public Schools has failed in their duties to protect our students. Fact: we have had seven employees of Volusia County Public Schools fired for child abuse this year alone. Fact: Volusia County Public Schools uses tyranny in the way of the police department to silence parents and their constituents who have a right to disband this portion of government because it is failing. Let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyranny, to tyrants only. You are tyrants. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasion on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time after such dissolutions to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers incapable of annihilation have returned to the people at large for their exercise, and the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states For that purpose, obstructing the laws of naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migration hither, and rising the conditions of a new appropriations of lands. He has obstructed the administrator of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amount of payments of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. Wow, does this not sound familiar? My viewers, press 1 if this sounds familiar. Let's read that again. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat up their substance. He has kept among us in times of peace standing armies without the consent of our legislators. That sounds familiar too, doesn't it? You have no Florida law that tells you that you are allowed to ban parents off of public school property. You legally can't ban anybody off of public school property. Your policy does not trump the law. Your policy does not trump the United States Constitution. He has kept among us in times of peace standing armies without the consent of our legislators. He has effected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretend legislation. I swear to God, I think this was written for the Volusia County Public School Board. For quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent. Oh my God, that sounds familiar too. For depriving us of many cases of the benefits of trial by jury. For transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretend offenses. Being trespassed off of school property where I have children enrolled with false or pretend offenses. Shutting up your parents because they speak out against your neglect is not constitutional. Our founding fathers are turning over in their graves. Listening to me read this and watching what you are doing This document was written for you, Volusia County Schools. For abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our government, for suspending our own legislators and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. Oh my God, this is Volusia County School Board. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burnt our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages and totally unworthy of the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers, the merciless Indian savages who know rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. No, the superintendent has not reached out to me. The superintendent has not reached out to me. I need to get a drink though. My mouth is very dry. This is, oh my God, I haven't read this since I was in school, and I'm telling you, this is what we're dealing with, guys. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Mr. Russell, you need to step up and uphold your oath that you made when you swore to uphold the Constitution of the United States. If you fail to uphold the Constitution and accept redress of our grievances, you are defined as a tyrant. And you are unfit to be in charge of our schools. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislator to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connection and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of injustice and of consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace, friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the one world for the rectitude of our intentions, do, in the name and by the authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these United States colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to British Crown or to the Volusia County School Board. And that all political connections between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and do all the other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortune, and our sacred honor. So your history lesson today, Volusia County Public Schools. You have violated the civil rights of everybody, your staff, the parents, the students. You are in dereliction of duty by not protecting our students from documented gang members and rapists on our high school campuses. You have failed in your government duties, and you must be disbanded. Ms. Kaur needs to be fired immediately for violating parental rights, for violating civil rights. You gave up your right to do what you did to me yesterday. It's null and void, and I will fight that. You have wasted the valuable time in a drug-infested neighborhood to bring the police to stop a protester. You have failed our students, our parents, our teachers. You have failed them, all of them. Volusia County Public Schools, when are you going to stop allowing documented gang members and rapists on our high school campuses to mingle with our children? Mr. Atkins, why couldn't you even look at me last night at the school board meeting? You hung your head in shame after you were educated that you could not legally trespass me off of public school property. Key word is public. You have awoken a worldwide activism group who will continue to fight against the tyranny here in Volusia County. You may only hear my voice because you've done well scaring the other parents, telling them that you'll trespass them and them believing you when you don't even have that authority. You banned parents from school campuses and you allowed documented gang members verified through Volusia County Sheriff's Department. You allow rapists on that campus to mingle with our children. But we're the danger, right? You have to protect the kids from their parents, right? Volusia County Public Schools, you are guilty of almost allowing my child to be abducted in the middle of the night by documented gang members, raped and beaten and left for dead. Volusia County Public Schools, you have done this. You have failed in your duties to protect our students. I hope you all learned something today through this educational civics class held on a public sidewalk in front of your building. Their offices are in front of your house, ma'am. So, what are you going to do, Volusia County Schools? How do you intend to protect our students? Because of it, as of now, you have not protected our students. Oh, I think I have a visitor. Ugh. All right, guys. I'm gonna just take a break. I did what I came here to do today. I know, right? Right? I need to go to Walmart and get stuff to make a sign. Alright, yeah. I'm going over now. Not yet. I'm coming over here. You guys get to look at me for a minute. Woman, my back is killing me.
I'm sure it is.
Oh shit. Ow. Oh, ow. Um,
You need to wrap it up.
head over to the
You need to get some rest for a while.
yeah, I'm running on 2 hours sleep because my pain was so bad last night. Oh my god.
That's gonna be worse.
Oh, it already is. I have an appointment. But I should be able to go to school in the morning. Like Eric said.
What is your plan tomorrow? So, I just left my doctor's office and
Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is wrap it up here at the school board and head over to the sheriff's department to pay that deposit for the body cam.
how much is it?
It's like a total of $15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, he'll let her know and then hopefully she'll reimburse. At least contribute.
Mm. So, yeah, Dragonfly brought me food. Say hi, Dragonfly.
Hello, everybody.
And Liberty Cause told me to go sit down and eat, so that's what I'm doing. So, I read the entire Constitution, the entire Bill of Rights, except the part about the president at the end. You know.
Good.
And the Declaration of Independence. Yep. All right, so Eric, are you in here?
Oh, a deputy called him too?
Yeah. Oh. All right. I just wanted to know what he had said about the deputy that called him. So where's Bank of America? Is that over there?
I have no idea. Because I'm all turned around, so I gotta figure out how to get out of here.
So I talked to our friend at the sheriff's department today,
Uh-huh.
and she said I might. Yeah, she said I might just step outside and listen. Oh, that's why I didn't say any names. These are really pretty houses. Too bad a grumpy old hag lives there. This lady in the White House is freaking cool. She's like, you can protest all day long. I don't care. I support you. This grumpy old lady. So I'm gonna go to the bank and then I'm gonna go over to the sheriff's department. But I think I'm gonna shut this live feed off and do what I gotta do and turn it back on when I get over there.
Okay. Well, keep us updated. And we will.
That's crazy.
Go after you do that, go home and rest.
I know I gotta be functioning tonight.
Yep.
Alright. I love you.
Love you. See you later.
Thank you for my food.
Stay strong.
Uh-huh. So y'all, I'm just gonna take a break and go home. Or I gotta go to the sheriff's department, pick up a receipt, and then go home and rest. If at all possible. The hold on, guys. I have to actually pull myself into this vehicle at the moment. Oh, shit. That didn't work. Dumbass. Yes, I did just call myself that dumbass. I got in the car, which is not easy for me to do when I've been on my feet for so long. And I forgot my coffee. I forgot my coffee. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate all the support I can get from you guys. You just don't even know. Hey, happy anniversary, Mr. PJ. Well, so, Mr. PJ, somebody we know, came over the scanner this morning, and I'm not exactly sure what it was about. But you know what? Let me look. Maybe she was able to send me the information already? We are going to look at okay, guys, I got an email from the Sheriff's Department, and I'm trying to... Aww. Okay, so guys, here it is. I knew that this is where it was going. It says, was advised she was trespassed from high school grounds. Not Volusia County School Board. High school grounds. And the only reason that I was... I actually uploaded the video of yesterday's meeting when I asked Miss Carbonell why she was trying to treat me like one of her students instead of dealing with the issues at hand that make our students unsafe there. And she's a bitch. Always has been, always will be. The deputy knew that it was bullshit. Oh, Brian, my sister just got her CCW out there in New York State. She did. She's now a pistol holding woman. Wow, this thing's still going like freaking crazy. Dragonfly One and Liberty Cause, I have got to hook you up with this. Yeah, Bayou, she's a pistol packing mama. That's what she said. Oh, they are, poor dirt farmer. It is no joke. And anybody who calls about this is being hung up on. Tell me how that's right. Shoot, I went the wrong way. Tell me how that's right. I gotta go back down here because I was on my way to the sheriff's department and I went the wrong way. Well, I can't tell you what you can and cannot do. This is a free world, a free society. I can advise you that Volusia County Public Schools is refusing to take our phone calls, which is a violation of Florida Constitution, Article 1, Section 5. We have a legal right to redress our grievances to them. So I can't tell you not to call, and I can't tell you to call, but I do know that call floods on several occasions have been beneficial as long as people are respectfully educating. If that makes any sense. Now, Eric is in a total class of his own. And I have learned that everything that Eric says and does is meticulous to a purpose. And I trust him. He knows what he's doing. So, but yeah, it's up to you. If you want to, if you want to call, that's up to you. If you don't want to call, that's okay too. The numbers have been provided in the description of yesterday's video. All emails, phone numbers, and extensions have been listed in that video from yesterday. I am very tired today. And I do need to take it easy or I am going to be not functional. Is it? I think it's on Rich Avenue. I think it's down here. It is down here. Okay, so where the hell is Bank of America? Where is Bank of America? Because I need to go there first. So Bank of America is... where is Bank of America? There it is. All right, we're going to go this way. Bank of America building. You were here first. I'll let you go. Hi, lawyer dude. So, guys, this is what we're dealing with here in Volusia County, Florida, where our government has overstepped their bounds. Code enforcement is allowed to impersonate police officers. with no repercussions. And and it's a bunch of hogwash. It really is. Drive up ATM. Okay, we're gonna come over here. I have to go to the bank, guys, because I gotta get money for my body worn cam CDs. I have like 4 of them that I've asked for. And our people have decided that they're going to make us pay for them now. A $5 deposit to get the I gotta take that out of my ear because it's very distracting. It's a $5 deposit to get body worn cams from the sheriff's department now. So I think there's a total of 4, isn't it? No, they won't even do it until they have the $5 now. Liberty? She called me this morning. I talked to her this morning. Yeah, they're crazy. They're wasting that poor man's time. And I'm going to be honest, I believe that the only reason that they are wasting that man's time is because I've had a friendship relationship with him for many years. Good grief. How many buttons you gotta push to get your money out the bank? Really, Darlene? Well, maybe you could come up here and help us out a little bit. So, I'm going over here to the sheriff's department. I was going to shut this. I'm probably still going to shut this off for a few minutes so that it's a separate video. But I am going over to the sheriff's department to pay this money so that I can get the body worn cam from yesterday. So good news is that my other children that are in public schools can go back to school tomorrow because I was not banned from... Wow. You almost hit me, jerk. You gonna do it again? Crazy? I did not send them today because honestly, I didn't want them exposed to this crap. But I have not been trespassed off of all of Volusia County public school property. I've only been trespassed off of Deltona High School campus because I opened my mouth and I let people know that they have rapists and gang members on that campus that they are refusing to deal with. They said to what? Exactly, poor dirt farmer. They have not earned any respect. Let me just share a little bit, okay? Because I can't share a lot because there actually is an attorney looking at my daughter's case. Okay. And it's actually a federal investigation, but they have spoken to me and they're, hold on, guys. Hold on, I'm going to mute you for a second. All right, guys. Sorry, one of my kiddos called me, and as important as this is, my children are my number one priority. So, while what I'm doing here is extremely important, when my kids call me or need me, I'll be there. Okay, couldn't resist, guys. Sorry. I really couldn't resist. That was funny. You gotta admit that was funny. What's the name of that song? Wherever you go, I'll be there. You know that one? That song? Do I want to do this? I really don't want to get up and walk in here, but I have to. I am totally not going to be functional by the end of the week. I guarantee it. Always, always, always. Yep, just call my name and I'll be there. And that's my kid. I mean, that's how I am with my kids. If they need me, I am there for them 100% of the time. All right, guys, let's go back up here. Who saw the video of me coming up here the last time I came up here, and I was stalked and harassed for days after I came up here? Who remembers that? Oops. Who remembers that? Hit 1 if you remember that. Yeah, they would. Anyone else seeing what? Anyone else seeing what? I don't know what you're talking about. Huh. Alright, guys, so I'm stepping out of my vehicle. I am going to shut you guys off and restart the feed. So you know what? Let me go ahead and do that now. Let me shut this off and restart the feed. What happened? Okay, I'm not exactly sure what happened. Huh. Alright, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe somebody can fill me in, because I honest to God don't know. Yep, that's all they had to do. Okay, I don't see anything, so I don't know what is going on. I'm gonna shut this off. I will be back. Okay, so you don't have any video at all?